So even though I have a static mat here, but I want to be careful. So you got two DDR4 slots. You got a mini PCI Express slot right here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There you go. That one right there. That's a mini PCI Express slot where the Wi-Fi card will go. You can also there are some adapters that will give you 2 extra SATA ports if you need more SATA ports. Especially if you're using this board for video editing, then you want a lot of SATA ports. So you can get a little card. They'll convert this into. If I use this board, I might do that. They'll give you 2 more SATA ports, SATA 6GB ports from this PCI Express. Or if you wanna, you might be even able to install the an SSD. I'm not sure. I will test that definitely, but you might be able to get an SSD and install it on here if you just need more SSD storage, and you can use the SATA ports for data, for mechanical drives. So 2 DDR4 RAM slots. This is kind of funky. CMOS battery right here that plugs in. I don't really like that one. I wish they would have the one that installs in there, but oh well. And you get 1 PCI Express slot right here, PCI Express X16 slot right here. There's a SATA Express slot right here, so you can use the SATA Express. There are not a whole lot of other than Intel came up with an SSD that will use this SATA Express port for high performance transfers, but currently there are not a whole lot of hardware that can take advantage of these ports. So what you can do is, instead of using the SATA Express port in here, you can use these 2 as regular SATA ports, and it will work. So you can use them as regular SATA ports and connect it to connect hard drives to it. So you got 2 here, and then you got 4 SATA ports right here. There are SATA 6GB ports, so a total 6 SATA ports. And then it comes with a M.2 slot right here. So this is the Ultra M.2 slot, which gives you up to 32 gigs per second transfer speeds. So if you get a very high-end M.2 SSD, you'll get amazing speeds. 32 gigs per second, a lot of horsepower right there. So you get the M.2 port right here. That is pretty much it for here. Actually, let me cut these wires. Give me just a second. So I can give you a full view of the board. I've used quite a few Asrock boards. They're pretty good. I mean, they're doing a lot in the Mini-ITX area. They have a couple of server boards with octa-core, 8-core Intel APUs. I mean, not APUs, but Atom-based CPUs for workstation, and not quite workstation, but for file servers and stuff like that. That works great. I've purchased one of those, and it's pretty great. So here's the back of the board. You get PS2 keyboard mouse combo port right here, USB 2.0 2 ports right here. You got an eSATA port. You got 4 USB 3.0 ports, 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, 2 USB 3.1 ports. You got SPDIF, and just regular audio. And then here is a clear CMOS button right here. That is pretty much it. That's all you get on this board. I mean, it's a great board if you need, you know, a small form factor PC, in a LAN PC, something like that. You want a lot of performance, or a mobile video editing rig. This is actually perfect for that. The only thing I don't like about this board, off top, is because DDR4, I mean X99 has quad channel memory, and there's only 2 memory slots. So, you know, one of the reasons people build X99 platforms or purchase X99 platform motherboards or computer systems is because it gives you a lot of options as far as upgrading the memory goes. So you can put a lot of memory you know, on those boards. If you get a regular ATX board, you can get up to what, 8 SATA port. I mean 8 memory slots. So that gives you a ridiculous amount of memory that you can use. So for video editing, stuff like that, you need a lot of memory, a lot of fast memory. For gaming, not that much. If you're using it for gaming, you know, mobile gaming, stuff like that, 16 gigs is more than enough. This will support up to 32 gigs with the 16 GB per slot. But I would have liked 4 memory card slot, 4 RAM slots. It would have been better. It just would have been better. I mean, you would have had that bandwidth for the, you know, from the quad channel memory. But I don't know how well this will perform with dual channel RAM. One of the reasons people were upgrading from you know, Z97 and the previous generation platforms to X99 was because of the quad channel RAM. So I don't know how well this will perform you know, next to a quad channel system, but bravo, you know, to Asrock going this way. Before this, there was never you know, in the enthusiasts market, there was never X99 platform, and they're the first one to come out with, you know, the enthusiast grade CPUs. You know, for, you know, the CPU socket is pretty big, so I don't know how they would have fit it in here, but you know, they have packed a lot in this board. You know, this wasn't seen before. You know, the X99 from low grade systems, you know, from Intel had the X99, and then the high end market, the enthusiast level CPUs. So there were only micro ATX boards that could support those. I mean, this is actually amazing. This is perfect for a mobile rig. You know, if you need more storage, USB 3.1 is here. You can get, you know, a little external enclosure. Let's say you can use these SATA ports for SSD. You can have a massive SSD RAID. So yeah, you will get some performance. You know, if you install 6 SSDs in RAID 0, and then for storage, for external storage, you can do USB 3.1 and have another RAID. And it has dual NICs, so you know, even if you connect it to another, you know, your network storage, should be plenty of, you know, plenty of speeds for you to access your data. But then again, if this is going to be your main rig, main editing rig, main system, I wouldn't go this this route, because you want your main rig to have a lot of expandability, which this doesn't have. only has one PCI Express slot. So I wouldn't even use very high-end CPUs in here because you can't really take advantage of the extra PCI Express lanes there are on the higher end CPUs, because there's only one PCI Express slot. So for a not really basic, you can get pretty high-end gaming out of this, but if you want, I mean, this could be your supplement system, mobile system, stuff like that. For that, it will be perfect. But as your main rig, I wouldn't go this route because it's just not enough expandability. With 4K and with 4K coming out, as 4K video cameras and stuff like that get cheaper and cheaper, and more movies and stuff like that come out in 4K, then they'll require a lot of storage, and 6 SATA ports is not enough. I don't trust bigger. Well, for me, it's not enough. I don't trust the bigger 6 terabyte drives that much, because I don't want to lose that much data, and then recovery that much data from those drives. 6 terabyte drives will be a hassle. It costs quite a bit. And so what I like to do is have multiple RAID systems in one system. So if one RAID array fails, then have the other one. They're copying each other and stuff like that. So you can get smaller drives and put them in a RAID and get faster performance out of those drives, instead of just 4 or 5 big drives that won't give you the same performance as let's say 8 3 terabyte drives versus 2 or 3 6 terabyte drives. So you get more performance out of them because there are more drives there to, like, for example, if you're setting up a RAID 5 or you're setting up RAID 0 or RAID 1 or whatever, you get more performance out of more drives because there's more headroom to work with. That's my opinion, but I might be wrong, I don't know. But I do like a lot of expandability on my main system. Normally what I do is, for my day-to-day computer, I use a Mini-ITX board that I don't need a whole lot of, and they're cheaper, so I'll get an Atom based or AMD APU, use that as my day-to-day computer, and then have a high-end computer with because I don't want to use have all those drives running, all those graphics card running all the time. So I don't really need that, because over time it will cost you in electricity. So I get a low end. Like currently I have a AMD APU in my current system. That one right there. So let me show you. Sorry, I'm using a webcam. So this is an APU running 4 monitors, as you can see, 4 1080p monitors with that tiny little box right there. That one has an APU in their AMD QC5000, I think, CPU in there, which works great for day-to-day use. It's a bit slow, but for day-to-day use, just surfing the net, listing stuff on the internet. We do a lot of that's why you see the pianos in there. We do a lot of eBay and Amazon sales, so for that it's perfect. I have in my Word, Excel, PowerPoint, stuff like that. But for video editing, then I want a full-size computer, and that way I can have videos that's gaming. I can have multiple graphics cards. I can have other RAID cards if I wanted to. I can install it in there. But for mobile rig, this will be perfect. As your main computer, main video editing rig, or it's not a whole lot of expandability. if you want multiple monitors, 6-7 monitors, you can get extra graphics card to install in here. No RAID cards, any other add-on stuff that might come out later, and you want to install in here, you can't. Those are the drawbacks of Mini-ITX format. But if you want a compact, you don't have a whole lot of space, and you want a compact system, then and you want a beefy compact system, not just any basic system. You still want a video editing rig that's capable of doing high performance computing, but you don't want clunky system, a big clunky system. Then this will be perfect for that. I might consider this for like my home computer, at home, that I use it for everything, so it might be great for that. You want high-end system, you don't want any performance, you don't want to sacrifice any performance, but you still want a beefy system, and you still want it compact, then this should be perfect. With M.2, it should be very, very quick. For a mobile rig, I'll install the M.2 SSD in there, and that should give you a lot of punch, a lot of overhead, headroom for performance. And then for storage, you can use the 6 SATA ports and install a couple of 3 terabyte drives in there, and you should be ready to go. Or if you want even more performance, install 6 SSDs in RAID 0, and then the M.2 for the operating system, and you're good to go. So you can get a very, very powerful system out of this, a powerful mobile editing system out of there. I'm going kind of off topic, but that's how my videos are. They're generic. We don't edit them, nothing. I don't do anything to them, just upload them as I shoot them. But from now on, I will be editing them because I'm getting the X99 platform, so I need to edit the videos and make them a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, and sometimes I do go off topic, so I need to cut those out. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I will have the full review on our website, www.mini-itxgaming.com. so I will build it because my website is called Mini-ITX Gaming, and I will build a system in here, set it up, kind of a mobile gaming rig, and just to see how it performs, and then if Asus comes out with their board, then I'll test it against that, or yeah, I'll probably build it. So stay tuned for that video. It's coming up pretty soon. I'm waiting on the CPU to arrive. I'm not putting anything high-end in here. Like I said, there's only one PCI Express slot in here, so if I put very high-end CPU, the only difference between the 5820K and the other high-end CPUs is they have more PCI Express lanes, and in a Mini-ITX form, Mini-ITX system, since you can't take advantage of those extra lanes, there's no point in installing a very high-end graphics card in here. I mean, I have very high-end CPU in here, so 5820K should be more than enough for most video editing and most gaming. So yeah, I'll go ahead and put the system together and give you a little quick benchmarks and reviews and stuff like that later on. I'm still waiting on the CPU to arrive. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't. Don't complain, please. A lot of people complain your videos are too long, blah 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 blah. If you don't like it, and they're disrespectful too, they'll curse on there and be leave some racial comments. I mean, that doesn't really bother me, but if you think I'm wasting your time, go fuck yourself, watch somebody else's video. Have a great day.